the soccer podcast with no name. 6 topics, 4 minutes each, 6 quick hits, 1 minute each. Add a little banter, sprinkle a bit of trolling, then you got a whole lot of entertainment. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Hello, people. Welcome to the soccer podcast with no name. My name is Cheez. I'm joined here by my co-host, Bongz. Bongz, how are you doing, sir?
Mr. Cheez, I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm good. How's your week been so far?
Yeah, I know. I think it's a lot of anticipation here. You know, sometimes this nation of ours, when they're about to play, you never know what to expect with their shenanigans.
Yes, we'll get to those shenanigans later. But now, let's start with the two GOATs. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi changed teams this transfer window. Ronaldo returned to Manchester United, while Messi has started a new adventure at PSG. Who do you think will do better in the respective team?
Yeah, hey, look, this one is a big one. And I think because Lionel Messi moved from Barcelona to PSG, Ronaldo was a bit jealous. So he thought that he'd also, be in the news and make the headlines by going back to Manchester United. He had nothing to lose at the end of the day. I think he was at Juventus and he was not winning the Champions League or any fruitful trophy or big awards. Remember, you also can't win the Ballon d'Or if you're not, part of the Champions League winners at times. So I think that he got tired of being second best in Italy because they tried, but I think they couldn't make much. And also the promises he made to Juventus were not being fulfilled. Even the fans were trying to doubt Ronaldo or were starting to doubt Ronaldo, in fact. So at the end of the day, I think he saw that he was getting bland and he needed a new adventure. And going back to United would bring those headlines because remember, England is supposed to be the biggest league in the world. So I think that for me, it was a good move for Ronaldo going back to United. And I think he can offer Man United more. I mean, yes, they also have Sancho and a few other young players there, so they will do good in that sense. As for Messi, it was a first move for him going to PSG. So I don't think that, there will be much of a difference apart from the fact that PSG will wallop all the teams there in the league. As for the Champions League, I suppose they are also looking at winning the Champions League as they haven't. They brought on Neymar and thought they would. Nothing happened. Now they've brought in Messi and they are hoping that they will.
The move for Cristiano to go to Manchester United was a surprise. Yes, he said he wanted to leave Juventus, but I think when Manchester City threw their hat in and said they want Cristiano Ronaldo, that's when Manchester United started panicking. Apparently, Cristiano Ronaldo and his agent were getting calls from Sir Alex Ferguson and all the other legends telling him he cannot go to Manchester City. But I have a conspiracy theory that this could have been a strategy by Cristiano Ronaldo's agent to make it seem like Manchester City were so interested that this, of course, was going to wake Manchester United up at that possibility because they can't let their legend like Cristiano Ronaldo go to their rival. But I could be wrong because I couldn't see Cristiano Ronaldo fitting in a Pep Guardiola team. Lionel Messi, he didn't want to leave Barcelona. Of course, the financial constraints of Barcelona forced their hand actually to let him go, and he signed for PSG. Who do I think will do better in the respective team? I think, like you are saying, Cristiano Ronaldo, because Cristiano Ronaldo alone, that is 12 points, because Manchester United, sometimes they dominate games, but they fail to score. If Cristiano Ronaldo was there in the Europa League final last season, Manchester United were going to win that game. Lionel Messi, on the other hand, his success will be solely based on the Champions League. That team has too much attacking talent and is not balanced for me. So I think Cristiano Ronaldo will be the one who does better, or for this season at least.
Definitely. And moving on to the next one, who are the teams who won the transfer market in the English Premier League, according to you?
The teams that won the transfer market in the English Premier League will have to be Manchester United, will have to be Chelsea. I think those are the teams for me that added pieces where they were lacking. Manchester United, not so much. I'll give them, if I had to grade them out of 10, I'll give them at least a 7 out of 10, which is better than average. They added Varane, they're very good center back. He can pass the ball. He can read the game. And they added Sancho. Sancho, also a very good winger, very talented winger, and he's still young. And Cristiano Ronaldo is guaranteed goals. Yes, you might say that bringing Cristiano Ronaldo in might stunt the growth of players like Greenwood and the other young players like Rashford, but players like Martial should have hit the door long time ago. I don't even know why they are still at Manchester United. And with Chelsea, they put a center forward like Romelu Lukaku. It gives them a different dynamic going forward. They can play the ball into him, into feet, and he can hold it up and get the other players into the attacking, the final third. With players last season that they had, they couldn't do this with Werner. Werner, he's a good player, but he can't seem to score. And they also, this is Chelsea, they also were able to sign Saul, a very good box-to-box midfielder. So I think Chelsea and Manchester United, in my opinion, won the transfer market in the EPL.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you. Because, like you mentioned, we saw Chelsea bringing on Romelu Lukaku there into already a star-studded team. I think that on paper they are looking very good, and they will give a good challenge for the league. So I think that they made very good signings there, including Saul, whom I think Manchester United, if they were wise, they would have maybe at least brought him for that center defensive midfielder to help them there, because I don't trust Fred and to do the job there. So at the end of the day, I think that Chelsea made good signings there, and of course United as well. Thinking about the return of Ronaldo, as we mentioned, will give them a bit more. And obviously the record signing there, Jordan Sancho. Obviously 76.5 million euros there. That's about 1.5 billion in South African rands. So we hope that he gives Manchester United something. I haven't seen the greatest of Sancho, but I hope that he delivers there. Obviously, they still have Paul Pogba there in the mix, and obviously Varane there at the back to help Harry Maguire, who I don't think is the greatest. But I think those two teams also, for me, in the English Premier League, made very good signings. And maybe I'll give the benefit of maybe not a benefit of a doubt, but at Manchester City, they obviously with their few signings, including the Englishman there. Yeah, so with the addition of Jack Grealish there at Man City, I think for me, third team that I can mention that they've made a good signing already. they already have a lot of good players, pacey, and tricky to deal with. So I think the English Premiership will be very interesting this coming season, or at least during this season.
Sticking with the transfer market, who are the teams who won the transfer market back here at home in the DStv Premiership?
Look, for me, I think that Kaizer Chiefs, obviously, with the opening of their ban there, they did very well. They signed a few good players whom they were meant to sign anyway. They've got Ngobo from Swallows there at the back who can help them. I'm not too sure about the other defender who is a Bafana international, but at the end of the day, we haven't seen much from him. But at least he's a signing and will help at the back with Mato and the Cardoso there at the back, very dodgy, those defenders. So hopefully we see those players in action to help Kaizer Chiefs. Not too sure about the other signings. Clubs like Amazulu also try to, add more players in their arsenal, but at the end of the day, I think they've already shown to be struggling this season. Maybe it was the spark or fire that Benny McCarthy brought last season as the head coach, and obviously they wanted to do new things, and the host of players that they signed at the beginning of the season. Mamelodi Sundowns, again, I think they signed Kutumela in addition to their firepower. The Rook, if I'm not mistaken, they into the firepower, into the midfield or defense there. So at the end of the day, I think also Mamelodi Sundowns were looking good. They still are looking good. Obviously, you remember they always sign some of the best players in the country, and they have a huge list of players there. So I think they also did good signings. So I put, Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns as a team that signed well. As for Pirates, I don't think so, but for me, it's Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs.
For me, only one team in the PSL won the transfer market. We could go through the top three teams, as they are like to call. If we go to Mamelodi Sundowns, they signed Sfiso Ngobeni, who's a left back, but they already have a left back. Yes, Langerman has left the team, but they have a player in Lekay who's very good, very technical. He takes their set pieces, and I don't think this Sfiso Ngobeni is going to displace him from the team. They also signed a striker, Safranco. Mamelodi Sundowns are very strange. I don't know if their money is burning a hole in their pocket or what, but they just throw money to funny players. Safranco, he's a Serb, he was playing in Slovakia there, but the PSL and those leagues in Europe are very different. You weren't good there in Slovakia, now you're gonna come here to be good here in South Africa. It doesn't make sense to me. Moving on to Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, there's not much I can say about them, except I like Goodman Musele. He's a very good player, but the rest, the likes of Ntsako Makubela, Kwandang Ngonyama, Bandile Shandu, I don't see if their place in this team of Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates already have good players. All they need is a new coach. Kaizer Chiefs, on the other hand, the team who I think won the transfer market. They signed Dolly, they signed Cole Alexander. There was and Cole Alexander and what's that other player? Patisetso Nange, two holding midfielders. This was an area of concern for Kaizer Chiefs, and they fixed that. They also signed another goalkeeper in Brendan Peterson. We cannot trust Kune at his age. Daniel Ekpe is a Butterfingers, and Bruce Bavuma, he's a young good keeper, but he has too many mistakes in him. So Peterson might get his opportunity very soon. And they also signed Kgaugelo Sekgota, is a very good attacking player, a left-footed attacking player, which will make a difference as the season goes on. So I think Kaizer Chiefs, out of all three of the big teams, are the ones who won the transfer market.
And Peter Musimane on SABC Sports at 10 said South African legends who are in the media lamenting Percy Tau's move to Al Ahly didn't offer any help to him when he was overseas. Should our legends do more for our players abroad, or they can just keep speaking?
What Peter Musimane was saying was that our legends should get on the phone and speak to whomever in their former teams to offer help to the young South Africans who are overseas, or the young players who are interested in going overseas to get a place in the team. But I feel this is very tricky. Number one, that yes, the player can be a legend at the team, but he was a legend 20 years ago. And you find that right now is new management, and whatever he says does not even play a factor in what they are trying to build at the team. And at the end of the day, the coaches who are in their jobs now at that specific team, their asses are on the line. Yes, they might give that certain player a trial and see, okay, maybe like Peter was saying, maybe a phone call could get a certain player a trial at a certain team. But to say that the legends should be making the phone call so these players can get in to these teams, that will be tricky. Like I'm saying, the coaches' asses are on the line. Should this player not perform, it's going to seem like the coach does not know what he's doing. Our South African players are the ones who are failing themselves. Our South African players are the ones who are going overseas, and after 2 years coming back to South Africa. We cannot blame our legends for that. We need to blame the players themselves. Why are they not improving? Why are they not showing that they are better than the other players who are in their position in that specific team? They need to show that. They need to have a mental fortitude and fight their way. In South Africa here, we are just comfortable of our players. They come back here, they make millions of rands at Sundowns, Chiefs and Pirates, and they relax. They don't want to prove that they are the best.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, talk is easy or talk is cheap. As legends of South Africa, remember, people look forward to hearing from them because they are yesterday's greats. Maybe they might have some kind of knowledge to impart to the new guys. I think, though, at the end of the day, we must all be truthful at the end of the day and see that even our local teams, your Kaizer Chiefs, your Orlando Pirates, and those, they don't really support the legends. You know, they don't even bring them back to the team, maybe as motivational speakers, or just to come and teach the young guys or two, maybe about playing for the jersey and the badge and pride. They do none of that. In fact, they'll offer handouts maybe when the players are asking for money because they are bankrupt and poor. Remember, they didn't used to earn a lot of money back then. It's different from the players today who get a lot of money. So why would the legends want to now go and do service to players when even their teams are not allowing them to come back and give back to the younger players or even to the community? So I think the teams are at fault here. But Peter Musimane, for me, is very correct to say at the end of the day, he's doing something. Peter Musimane has always done something. He will speak. Yes, sometimes he'll say silly things, but at the end of the day, he's a man of his word, and he does something for the players. Percy Tau was at Sundowns, he gave him a chance. So as other players at Sundowns plenty of players that he gave chances to. Yes, he might have his own bias. He's not a perfect human, and I'm not blowing his horn here, but at the end of the day, he's done more than others have done for other players. And again, he's doing it by bringing Percy Tau to Al Ahly. Al Ahly is a huge African team that pays a lot of money in euros. If they pay in euros or dollars, I'm not too sure. But at the end of the day, they pay their players well. They pay their they pay their staff very well. And to bring him there, for me, is a good angle and a good opportunity for Percy Tau, because at the end of the day, he was not playing at Brighton, and now he'll have a chance to showcase with a coach, obviously, who will put him on the field, even though maybe he's not scoring goals and so forth. So good move for Pesitao, good move by Pitso Musimane. Shame on South African team on what they're doing to the legends, and we hope it gets better.
Hugo Broos named Ronwen Williams as captain and Pesitao as vice captain of Bafana Bafana for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Is this a start of a new era for Bafana Bafana, and can they succeed?
Oh, look, Hugo or Bruce or Bros or Bruce, whatever, or however you pronounce it, obviously names a new captain. He's a guy that came to us and told us he works with young guys. And I think looking at the Bafana setup, they have an average of about 25 years average of all the players that are there, with a few that are older than that, obviously. But at the end of the day, his aim is to bring the youth to try and rebuild Bafana. It's 2021, but again, he's trying to rebuild and telling us that we should be patient. In 2010, I'll always say this, in 2010, they said to us, we had a 2022 Dream World Cup where we'll see a young Bafana performing and beating teams. Yet 1 year before the World Cup, we have a new captain in Ronwen Williams. We have a new vice captain in Pesitao. We are hoping that is a new era. We're hoping that in 2014, we didn't qualify in Brazil. We're hoping for that in the World Cup before that one. We didn't qualify for that. We are always hoping as a nation. And for me, it's not good enough. Heads must roll, and not only in the team, but in SAFA, in management. We are not happy. I am not happy. For one, I'm not happy. At the end of the day, I don't see Bafana even qualifying for this World Cup with these players that are there. Have you seen the lineup? Maybe we'll discuss it later, but the call-ups that are in that team, I don't think will do well. We are just hoping and holding thumbs. But at the end of the day, I don't see whether we have a new captain in Dow or Williams, I don't see Bafana winning anything.
The new era of Bafana, when a new coach comes in, it's a new era. If they can fire him tomorrow and a new coach comes in, it's a new era. Every day it's a new era. Mar Yona Bafana, it's an era, not ERA, but ERROR. That's what it is. It's an era from the top, from SAFA all the way down to the players that we have on the field. I mean, no offense to the likes of Mutubi Mvala, but that gentleman cannot be in our national team if we want to win anything. This is my honest opinion. I hope he doesn't take it in the wrong way. South Africa need to start taking football serious. It seems like they're not doing so. And should Hugo Broos not get us to the World Cup, it will be all on the papers that he has done nothing and he should get fired. They could be correct. Depending on how South Africa plays, then he can get the X. But this thing of changing coaches every tournament does not make sense. Give a coach at least 5 years to see what he can do. Then think about letting him go if he's not doing what he said he was going to do when he came in or when he lied to you in the interview. But now what we need to do as from the top, from SAFA, we need to be patient, because as you can see, our talent is not even good enough for us to be even competing at no World Cup. Imagine the likes of Bruce Bavuma trying to stop penalties by Cristiano Ronaldo. That does not make any sense. So let's give the man. I say let's give the man some time. If he fails of what you are saying in his press conference, then you might think of letting him go. But this thing of firing coaches every after not qualifying for every tournament does not work.
Yes, and Bafana head to Zimbabwe for their first World Cup qualifier. on Friday. Then on Monday, I at home against the Black Stars of Ghana. What are your expectations for both games?
Harking back to what I said in my in the previous segment, is that I'm not expecting much from Bafana Bafana right now. We have a new coach. We're trying to bring in a new system with new players. But it seems like all you have to do to get a call up in Bafana Bafana is to play 5 games in a row for your team, and I think you'll get a call up and get one man of the match, and I think that'll suffice for you to get a call up. I think the Bafana Bafana jersey, it means nothing to the South Africans, and it means nothing to the players themselves, hence why they can perform however they want to perform. I mean, name a player in South Africa who hasn't played for Bafana Bafana, but anyway, I digress. Going to Friday's game against Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe are a very good team. We have the players here in Mzansi, one of them being Kamabiliat right here in South Africa at Kaizer Chiefs. He's been playing, he started the league very well, although he hasn't had his scoring boots, but he gets these opportunities. And I think just like Kampaba Musasa did in 2000 and was it 3 or 1, he punished South Africa. Ghana on Monday, I'm not too sure of the squad that Ghana have, but Ghana always seem to have, after 2003 was it, when they beat us at Soccer City. Apologies if I'm getting my dates wrong. I don't. They've always had a number over Bafana Bafana with the talented. That was the generation of the Asamoah Gyan and the Ayew brothers. And moving forward, since then, I don't think South Africa have played very well against Ghana. So, but it's a home game. We need to win that game. So I'm saying Friday is a draw, Monday it's a win.
Yeah, no, look, I think we already spoke about a Bafana squad and what Hugo Bruce has chosen. Again, our captain, Ronan Williams, obviously with a little bit of experience here and there, but he's the only keeper there that I think can help us, and he's not the best that we have. Another one is Veli Mota from Amazulu and Bruce Vuma from Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know if you think that squad can beat experienced guys in Ghana or in Zimbabwe. I'm not too sure how your thinking goes, but at the end of the day, I don't see any of these keepers stopping guys that are running at goal with obviously experience from World Cups and playing in Europe. At the end of the day, again, we've suffered a loss in Thabiso Kutumela, who I think was someone that could have done something in front. Now we are left with Pesitao, who hasn't played much football in at Brighton. Benny McCarthy was having a hit at Hugo Bruce recently in the few days, saying, why are we selecting players that are not even playing at the club level? I mean, Pesitao was not playing, he's in Bafana. Tabani Dube, he has not been playing, he's in Bafana. Jabulo Ngobo has not been playing consistently, but he's in Bafana. Sibiso Somabilisa, Mabiliso. Again, these are players that are not playing every day, but they're in Bafana. The only reason they're in Bafana is because Hugo Bruce thinks they are young. Now, I don't know what you are doing, but if you take young men to a war, fighting with warriors and heroes that have been playing for 10 years, I don't know what you expect. And obviously, as Bafana go down to to play the warriors, which is Zimbabwe, they selected a very good squad, which I think will give Bafana a very tough time on Saturday, and I don't see Bafana winning. There's guys like Onismo Basera. How many years has that guy been playing? He's been playing for long. I think they'll have a difficult time. And on Monday, they're going to Ghana. Ghana again. Oh, well, Ghana is coming here to play Bafana. And Ghana has guys like Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew. These are players that have been playing in England for a long time. Emmanuel Gyasi, Kwame Opoku, they're in the front. This is a very tough lineup, and they will be facing Ronan Williams. So I don't know what Bafana is expecting. Looking at that group who haven't played, obviously all is fair now. All 4 teams that are in the group have no points, it's 0-0. But I see Bafana losing all their games unless a miracle happens.
Okay, let's move on to quick hits. Barcelona give Ansu Fati the number 10 shirt after Lionel Messi's departure. Do you think the youngster can live up to that heavy jersey?
First of all, you take a Lionel Messi, you give it to Ansu Fati. We all know that he won't emulate that Lionel Messi, or at least make justice to the number or the jersey. At the end of the day, he's a young guy, and he's also coming from a long-term injury. He hasn't played for a while, and people are expecting him to be the greatest thing. Look, when Neymar was playing at Santos, he was great. When he came to Barcelona, we knew he would make fire. Ansu Fati, there's a lot of talk about him, but that's nothing. So I don't believe he'll make good on the number.
The number 10 jersey is too heavy, especially in Barcelona, especially the way Messi departed the building. I don't think giving Ansu Fati that number yet is a good idea, because the pressure will be on him. They'll expect him to score like Messi and to do things like Messi, and they'll expect him to perform miracles in a Barcelona team that, for me, not even a miracle can help. So I think the jersey will be too much for the youngster.
Antoine Griezmann has joined Atletico Madrid from Barcelona on a season-long loan. The La Liga club announced on Tuesday. What was his time at Barcelona, a hit or a flop?
Of course, this was an unadulterated flop. He was a flop in every aspect of the word. He came there, he did nothing. He was just wasting space there. How many goals did he score? I don't even know. I don't even think on Wikipedia they counted how many goals that man scored. He was an absolute flop and a waste of money. Yes, he's still owned by Barcelona, but Barcelona should get rid of him ASAP.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. Antoine Griezmann is a good player. I like his playing style, but at the end of the day, if you don't deliver the goods on the field, you get paid to do that. If you don't do that, it means you are not doing your job. And unfortunately for me, he didn't do his job at Barcelona. There are even better players like Dembele that I can count that are also not great, but have done better than Antoine Griezmann. So for me, it's good that he's gone back to Atletico Madrid, maybe to reignite the fire, and maybe he'll be better when he comes back.
Manchester City defender Benjamin Mendy was refused bail Wednesday and will remain in custody ahead of trial scheduled to start on September 10 after being charged with 4 counts of rape and 1 sexual assault. If we compare this to the Cristiano Ronaldo sexual assault allegations a few years ago, is the treatment of Benjamin Mendy fair or foul?
Hey, this one is a difficult one to answer, because remember, everyone is listening, and we must protect our women and do good by them. But at the end of the day, I think that these cases need to be investigated properly, and evidence needs to be found and shared with all of us, so that we know, and not speculating about these happenings of these soccer players, because remember, they are famous, and at the end of the day, these women might want something from them, or they might be actually doing these things they are charged with, and we are thinking, how can they do them? So for me, at the end of the day, I think let the evidence speak for itself, and share that evidence with all of us, because where we are standing now, we will think Cristiano Ronaldo was not charged. Maybe the world fears him, or the law fears him. But here's Benjamin Mendy, because he's not as famous as Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's in jail as we speak. So for me, share the truth and let us all believe what we see.
Yeah, whether it's fair or it's foul, we'll never know. He's innocent until proven guilty. Also with Cristiano, he's innocent until proven guilty. Yes, there are ladies who get off by trying to make money off these multi-million dollar superstars, but there are a few of these football players who take liberties with women's bodies, even though women are not allowing them to. So we can't say this is fair or foul until he's either found guilty or innocent.
Yes, and speaking of Cristiano Ronaldo, he's now the top international scorer with 111 goals, 111 goals. Does this prove he still has it? And what does that mean for United?
Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo has never lost it. He's always had it. The only difference is Cristiano Ronaldo has become more of a selfish player, but he's still a very good goal scorer. Not even very good, an exceptional, an outstanding, an otherworldly goal scorer. So Manchester United have goals, but will he fit into Ole's system? Who knows? We'll just have to see.
Yeah, for me, I think Cristiano has never lost it, obviously in his own capacity, because there are many other players that are quite good and of a similar standard, but we're not talking about that. At the end of the day, I think that is an impressive number of goals, and obviously coming from Turin there, is coming to England, or coming back to England to further add on to his stats in England and probably retire with massive stats. I think it's a good move for him. He still has it, and he has much to offer United. And at the end of the day, I think with the squad that United has currently, with Cristiano Ronaldo, who is able to carry a team by himself, where United will have good days.
The Bafana squad suffered a setback when it was announced that two of their players, Thabiso Gudumela and Thabang tested positive for COVID-19. How big of a setback will this be?
I think it will be a big setback because obviously for me, Gudumela is a player that can get you those goals, although he has come of age, but at the end of the day, I think he was in his prime getting those goals at the age that he is. So it will be a big setback considering that we already have inexperienced players and also that are not playing daily, like Benny McCarthy said. So for me, a big setback.
The only setback I see here is Gudumela. The other player, Thabang, I don't know much about him, so I can't speak on him, but Thabiso Gudumela is a very good striker. He fights, he has experience. As I'm looking at the squad, the other players are young players, the likes of Hlongwane and Gift Links and Evidence Mokhopa are still young. So that experience we will miss a lot. The likes of Luther Singh and Pesitawu will have to do the job for us.
Yes, and France has not won any of its last 4 matches in all competitions. I think they've registered 4 draws, a first since September 2013. 5 matches in a row now. Should they fire Didier Deschamps?
Fire that man. They should fire him today, not tomorrow, not the day after. They should fire him. I'm not too sure if the French FA listens to this show, but I think I will take them on Twitter. They must fire that man. You saw that the Euro, he was the reason that France, with the talented squad they have, got nowhere, losing against the likes of, I forgot who they lost to, but they shouldn't have lost that game. That man used to get fired. They should bring Zizou in.
Yeah, I think Deschamps has tried to put together a competitive squad. France has a lot of talented names on that list, and they shouldn't be losing or even drawing games. They should be bettering people, looking at the state of other countries and how their players have grown old and they are not as competitive. For example, Germany, you see they're not doing that great. Even Brazil themselves are not doing that great. But at the end of the day, I think this is the time where France should be shining and beating everyone. And Didier Deschamps is slowing them down. So like you are saying, you are right. If the French people are listening, they don't even hesitate, just fire.
And with that, we have come to the end of our show. Thank you for listening in and sticking with us for 40 plus minutes. We hope you enjoyed the show and we hope you join us again next week. From me, Cheez, it's sayonara. Bongz.
Yes, and from me, the Bongz, the co-host, we're hoping that you'll join us next week as we bring you the results of the matches that we spoke about today. So until next week, it's that show without a name.